but you gotta get up. I'd rather stand tall than live on my knees, live on my knees. I am a conqueror, and I will set you free. Oh, Conversations with Upumzile, the girl next door. Oh wow, guys, thank you so much. We have reached the milestone, the second milestone. So the first milestone was us reaching 100 subscribers. Now we've reached 200 and plus. So I just came today to say thank you. And thank you, and I thank you. So what I did, I posted on my socials that because we reached the milestone, I'll do this video where I share most about me. So I asked people to ask me questions, and I'll definitely answer them honestly as possible. So my production manager, Tumelo, behind the curtains. Guys, I have a production manager actually. This is we've been working together I think for about 3 months now. Also, this is the third or fourth production, if I'm not mistaken. Is it third or fourth? No, actually not. It's more than that now because others are not up. We have not shared them, but they are coming. So Tumelo decided to say, you know what, boss lady? Okay, that's what he calls me, or Madam Speaker sometimes. I'm getting used to that. So he prepared questions and then he sent them to me, including those that he received. So we're gonna do that. So please, now we wanna reach a new milestone, 300, 400, 500 by December. So this is we're hoping that you're gonna do this with us, and then this will be the new norm. When you reach a milestone, we're gonna do something fun together. So Tumelo behind the camera, hello.
Hey guys, how are you?
He's handsome. I'll post his picture one day. Yeah, he's a young looker. He's like my son. I love him dearly. So he joined me on Conversations just to make sure that we grow. So he saw that I do this alone, and he was like, no man, let's do something about this. Let's take this podcast, this conversation to another level. And I'm excited because I can see the results working with him. So he's gonna ask the questions. So I did try to prepare myself so that I talk a lot. So I'll answer as short as possible or as much as I prepared, and stick to the script. Guys, now I have a script. But anyway, over to you, Tumelo.
Hi, boss lady.
Yes.
So the first question we're gonna ask you, number one, is what do people misunderstand about you most?
What people most misunderstand?
Yeah. What do people misunderstand about you?
The most.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think what people misunderstand about me mostly is that I am very nice, and I'm super nice and super chilled, and then people think that I'm a walkover, and also that I cannot stand up for myself, and yeah, and I'm definitely not a walkover. I am very sweet. Yes, I don't shout or I don't fight and all that, but I am totally not a walkover. But most people think I am. They think that people uses me, or people use me, or people take advantage of me and all that. I know my limits. I do have boundaries, as much as people don't notice or see them, but definitely I do. Yes.
So the second question is, what's your favorite childhood memory?
Oh, I have a lot. So childhood memory, guys, I grew up in different places. Okay, I was born and bred at Soweto, Elamini, and my high school life was KZN. But when I think childhood memory, that other than playing estrateni, migusha, and all of those things, but the fondest and favorite one is Christmas and New Year's. So my mom used to make sure that we dress up, And I've never been like girly, but I remember these pictures where we're gonna take them. By there we have like trees, sama roses, me and my brother, and she will make sure that we match. I am not so much into brands, but I grew up wearing brands. Funny, I didn't like continue in my life, but I remember there was this two-piece as a brownie. I think it was like a penduga kind of thing. White socks, I think it was I was wearing Charles and white shoes and a penduga dress and a nice it was like a jersey-ish pericadine, and my mom walked with us around to the shops, you know, just to show us like off. And I remember those pictures. I think for me that was when I was a child, I think my most happiest childhood memory. Yeah, and I miss my brother. Not gonna cry.
So
Yes.
what's your biggest failure and what did you learn from the experience?
Biggest failure. Sure. I don't think I have a biggest failure, but I can say there's few things that I regret in my life, and the one big one was leaving a job that actually set the tone in my career at the Gauteng legislature as a PRO. When I left there, I think I was emotionally immature. I struggled dealing with the politicians because I felt like, I was too young for this. They were asking, the work was good, but what they would ask of me was beyond me. I couldn't handle. And also with my directors, I felt like I didn't have support, and I felt mistreated in a way. But looking back now, I think I was not mistreated, but I was just being trained on the job that if you don't have a backbone, if you are not strict, if you don't focus, because I was so playful at the time. But emotionally, I felt that I can't do this. I'm gonna leave. But I think if there's one thing I regret in my life is changing my career that time.
Interesting.
Not a failure, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
If you could be remembered for one thing, what would it be?
Sure, if I could be remembered for one thing, I think, okay, I'm not sure if it will be one, but that I've lived my purpose and that I've made an impactful difference in somebody else's life, and the one big one, I know it's not one, but one big one, I want to be remembered that mostly with my kids, that I was present, even if I'm living a busy life, but I just want my kids to remember me, that I was present in their lives.
Interesting.
Yes.
What is a funny story your family tells about you that we'd like to share with us?
Funny story.
Yeah.
That my family. Sure, a funny story. I know my kids make fun of how it's not a story, but funny, like they make fun of how I pronounce some words, but definitely not a story. Or when I try to be cool, or I'll use like a language like, I'm woke, and I would use it in a not right time or in a right sentence or space, so I think when I try to be cooler than I am, so yeah, but I'm not sure with my family. I'll think about it again, but I think that's that.
So how did you meet your spouse or significant other?
How did I meet? Oh, baby daddy. Spouse or
Baby day.
or significant other.
Yeah.
So how I met Mr. Pateli, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was like a long time ago, 1993, because he came after I was there. I was in the boarding school 2 years before he joined us. I think it was 1993, and then we met at school, boarding school, which is a Mahlabathini, Olundi, Mpumelelo High School. I could say the high school sweetheart. And actually, there was no like a romantic way of, like, oh, I was passing and then he passed and he said hi and I said hi. No, actually our principal then, Father Mkeseni Kulu, match made us together, like, hey, Madlamin, come sit here, no, and then orientated like school. So I think that's how we met, and the rest from there on, it was history, or it still is history. And actually thinking about Father Mkeseni Kulu, and I've hoped actually, because if he didn't make us sit together, I don't know if we would have been together. I don't know, but fate is fate. I hoped actually that if we get a chance to walk down the aisles, and it would be him who would marry us actually.
That's very nice. That's very nice.
Yes.
So number 6, what's the best compliment you've ever gotten?
The best compliment that I've ever gotten, compliment. I think other than compliment. I'll dig deep on this one. There's somebody, I think it's not one person, more than one person has said that I have a good heart, and very famous, April Love, you will remember. So what I've learned from that movie is the eating part of it is, when you go around the world and you explore, you eat what specialties in the places where you go to. But for me, it was not like about eat the food, but it was indulge in life, indulge on everything else without caring. Not like, sometimes when you take eating, when you eat a lot and when you overindulge, you're thinking about the weight, you're thinking about this, but there's a point whereby when you eat, or when you live life and you live it free and not worry about calories or worry about gaining weight, that's the eating part. What she did when she traveled, she made sure that she explores the food and she eats anything and everything that she has never eaten before. And part of my life, I think that's what I try and do, and live my life freely, yes, with restrictions and all that, but I think I try to live my life and indulge in life fully with people that I meet, with things that I involve myself in. If I do something, when I find something, I go all in. And then the next part of it is pray. Sure, my journey of prayer, or my spiritual journey, has been for a while now. I've been learning to find self and to know myself spiritually as a human being, and I've been learning about my religious beliefs, going back way back where I know I was born as a Roman Catholic child, because and then, but I went to church with my mom, Emazayonini Free Church of God, and then I went to the boarding school, Yama Roma. I came back, I joined the Christian church with these Yoremas and all that, and now I'm Miss Apostoli. So I've been in a journey of knowing who I am spiritually, religiously, and also traditionally. So what does that, I think you saw when I started, I lit my candles. So when I pray, I light my candles and I pray to the higher being, the person who made me who I am, which is God, but we are made of in the likeness of Him. So I am that God. So I pray to the higher being and the one who gave me the purpose, or me being here. So that's one. So that's where my prayer part. And also I pasha, I use impepo, so that I connect with not the higher self now, but this higher self, which is me, born as I am, born from Inkabayami, as Imvilaphi yami, with where I come from as Uphumzile. Ukuthi ngizalwa kwabani, intombi yakamnisi kaMvuleni ogwadla inkopho mayaka, so thina le ebathi sinesimvula, and wakamgomezulu from my mother's side, omfisi omabele bade. So I pasha and call on my being, where I was born, in the family that I came here for, because learning about spirituality and all that in the movie, she explores, you know, different religions. She explores different beliefs. She opens up to all of that is unknown to her, which is something that I think I am doing as an individual. And then I get to eat, pray, love. Yo, I fall in love easy. I am such a lover. So I love, and no matter how much I think I would get hurt, or I've been hurt, or I would be disappointed in love, but I think for me, love defines me. So I fall in love easily, and I'll fall in love over and over again with the same person, or if anything happens, I know I will fall in love. So I'm never afraid of falling in love. So that movie taught me, I think, those three things, and it's been part of my life and my journey. So you see, with the questions I go on and on, but that's me. 200 subscribers, that's why I'm giving you stuff. Yes.
How would your parent describe what you do?
What I do? I don't think my parents would be able to describe what I do, hey? But I know my mom will always say I'm in events, you know, Pumzile does events. If you want anything that has to do with eventing, catering, decor, that's what, you know, but would not describe marketing, PR. I think now me on YouTube and all that, I don't even think she knows. I think she knows that I talk a lot, but I don't think there would be a way where, like, how they would describe what I do. That's the question, eh? What I do, not how they would describe me, what I do. So yeah, I think my dad as well. I think my dad always thinks that I'm very busy. You know, when my dad calls, always say, I'm not Mrs. You know, so my dad thinks like I'm that. Yeah, that's why I think if they were to ask him when's I will say, lapha kuma chartered accountants, and I'm not one, by the way. But yeah.
So what has been your last favorite job to date?
My last favorite job, I think I won't say I have a last favorite, because I've been at my company now that I've been for a very long time. I've enjoyed where I've worked from the start. My career started at the legislature as an intern. All my positions that I've done, they were very fulfilling. So I've enjoyed each and every one of them. So at the legislature, I think I enjoyed working with young people, and it was fulfilling, you know, understanding the politics of the parliament and all that. And then I worked for a company called Soweto Youth Drama Society as an NGO, where I worked with Upitangwenya, and that was amazing. That was amazing. I think this is where I will just not flex a bit, but this is where I met and worked with so many known brands currently. You know, I met and worked with your Somizis of this world, your Napo Mashianes, your Patrick Shai, may his soul rest in peace. I miss you and still love you. And then Siputla Sebuhodi, best friend at the time, Luzu Gong, like a whole lot. And of course, my best friend even now, Napo Mashiane. So I met a whole lot of people and worked together at you know, with that creative space. It was very fulfilling. I loved it. And then I worked for SLIF, Siyavuka Lateral Improvement. It was an NGO again, where we were teaching young people to do ceramics. So I think that's why I'm going back to all the companies that I worked for, because they were fulfilling. So there was not last favorite. And then there I did life skills. I taught life skills for young people, and yes, I was still doing PR, but the love of mentoring, the love of working with the youth, I think stemmed from them. And then I went back to legislature, where I think I had the time of my life. Traveled Africa, and I think it was like better at this PR thing. And I think it was a peak of my career, peak of my life, peak of my profession, because I think that's where I had my second child and I moved in and bought a house. So that time in that career, I think I would say it was definitely a peak. I enjoyed that. And then yeah, I went to Saika. So I'm not the one that I didn't like. It was Fujahid. I didn't even spend a year there. And then Saika, I think I'm still enjoying being there. I've moved 4 times, different positions, and I'm still loving it. And I loved when I joined, and I'm loving where I moved to now. So yeah, there's no that last one. So I think it's all of them. They have a bigger story of my life that built this person that I am today. Yeah.
Nice. So what's an insult that you've received that you're proud of?
An insult that I received that I am proud of. Sure, let me tell you a story. I don't know whether I would say it's an insult. I think I'll pause for this and then I'm gonna can I have 5 minutes and then get with her? I'll pause for this. I'll share the story now. So this is such a tricky question and not so normal question. What is an insult that I've received and actually you are proud of? So this made me really think, and that's why when I paused, I said I want to tell you a story. I want to share with you a story. When I was thinking about this question, I'm like, what could it be? Because one is an insult and then 2 you are proud of. But and that light bulb came to mind. At work, where I still work currently, I used to have we used to call them champion. When you have to plan an event for somebody, you will call that person a champion. So this event champion and you are loved. I know I'm gonna give it away. I loved her so much. Like she was like, yeah, I liked her. I liked her very much. But this one day we are planning it. We are doing her event. I was doing her event, and I needed to send an email to one person. So when I was sending this email, she called actually to say, please send this agent email to this person and please say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as I was listening, and then she asked me if I'm writing, and I'm like, no, I'm listening, I'm gonna send an email immediately. And then she said, no, please write it as I'm gonna say word by word, because you people and your English, That was an insult. That it crushed me. And I remember, like I said, I liked her so much, but I think when she said that, it crushed me. Event happened, and I think I carried that insult with me for a while, but until I had to discover my truth. Why now I am proud of that insult, because I got to love myself for who I am. That I don't have to speak English like English people. I am not English. I am Zulu. I am Swati. And I'm proud of who I am. And I stopped wanting to sound in a different or admiring, people speaking in a certain way. Like I didn't go to multiracial school, but I didn't even know until that time it was a trigger, or I never used to speak a lot my meetings. I never used to be like very vocal, because I had that with accent but when she said that, I think it triggered something. But later in the future, it gave birth to actually acknowledging myself for self, because I started being defensive when somebody will talk to me about how I speak, or how I sound, or when I'm writing, if I don't sound something, like I would be able to vocalize to say, if you want me to write as you, send it to me. Write it and send it to me, and then I'll send it. But if I started being me, and I started to learn a lot of business English writing, so that I can communicate in a professional manner. But it didn't make me feel lesser of a person. And actually I stood tall, because when I saw her at some point, I gave her that thing, Yoguti. Actually, I didn't like what you said. What did you mean about you people? And next time I nearly said her name, but I said, next time you want me to send an email or you want to write an email and it must sound like you, please write it and then I'll send it as it is. But as you would instruct me about work, I will do my work the way I know it and the best way I know how. So that's why I had to, because I had to think if I want to share that story. And now with where I am with Conversations with Upumzile, if you've noticed, some of the people that I bring or the conversations and the topic that we bring, it's more about appreciating who you are, your beliefs and your being, without anybody wanting you to be and act in a different way, not the way you know yourself, you know. I also said about my kids where they would just laugh at me when I pronounce some words differently, but actually that's me, that's how I speak. And like sometimes in a lisp, sometimes I don't even know how to say lisp. When I can say it, I say it. But yeah, but I'm comfortable of my flaws, and actually this Your Highness
Abash.
So, yeah, Abash. Tricky question though, but yeah, that wasn't tricky.
So the next question is, if you could go back and give your 18-year-old self one piece of advice, what would it be?
So 18 would be finish matric, varsity. So I think it would be know thyself, you know who you are as a person. I would really go back and to understand the person that I was, because I think when I go back, when I look at my tertiary life, I think I don't even know who I was as an individual. I knew I went to school to do the course that I could do at the time, and I didn't do what I wanted to do. You know, when you grow up, you want to be 1, 2, 3, 4, but I didn't. So I didn't know myself. And 2, I think I didn't know self-love at 18. But currently with where we are, you know, I would say to 18-year-olds that I wish I would have known that at 18, what does it mean to love yourself, to appreciate yourself for who you are. And you know, when I look at my physical body now and look at my old pictures, I'm like, damn, I was fine. Damn, I had a body and a banger. But I didn't know that because I didn't know me. I didn't know my physical. I didn't even know that I was beautiful then. I was just a human being. I was just walking around as an 18-year-old doing what I'm supposed to be doing at the time. Study, go back home, you know? So yeah, I think no, actually, yeah, 18 was still high school, going to leading to matric life. So I think definitely that. Self-love. And know yourself, you know what you want to be, what you want to do, and pursue your dreams.
Nice, that's really nice. That's good to know.
My mind went to myself, you know. I can see myself you at the Auckland Park Vets there in UJ now. Yeah, actually a picture of that girl.
Okay, the next question is,
yeah, I'm with you.
Tell me about the 3 most influential people in your life and how they impact you.
Sure, 3.
Just 3.
You know, I can go on and on and on.
Just 3.
Just 3.
Let's keep it home. 3.
Okay, keep it home. So I think I'll keep 2 home, and then 1 somebody that I've never met and I don't even think I'll ever meet in my life. But the most influential person, let me start with that one. Most influential person in my life that impacted me, I think she impacted me with her books first. That is somebody I look up to and I love dearly. And actually, I'm doing what I'm doing today. This was also inspired by her. It's Ian Lavansat. And the first book that I read is that's it. One Day My Soul Opened Up. I think when I read that book, actually my soul really did open up because I started to know myself more. So she continues to influence my life. I read a lot. She talks about spirituality, the cleansing, the love, and you know, clearing clutter, emotional clutter, mental clutter. She's just one of those human beings that teaches people to live for self, you know, and be able to navigate life in a way that is if there's a conflict, how do you deal with it? If you have a pain, how do you deal with it? And that it's okay to go through everything that you're going through. So that is my number one. And the other influential person would be Upuseletso Modi Mogale. Yes. So I call Upuseletso is my mentor. I have not had one-on-one mentor sessions with her. It's been group mentoring, and I was lucky and privileged to attend some of her sessions where I was working with her at Saika. I think being in her space and doing sessions with her, she helped me realize my potential. She helped me, I think this again, what I'm doing, because I've been wanting to do great things, I think, in my life from high school. I was in acting, I was singing. I can do it school. I am a creative, and I think I know I was born for stage. You know, there's a lot of things that I have not done in my life, and I took a step back because things happened in my life and I was in a shell. So meeting her and engaging with her helped me to refine myself. So that would be the second person. Sure, the third one and the last one, it will be the current. Oh my goodness, yeah, my spiritual mother. That is Kate Babela, who is a Chief Communication Officer and the official spokesperson at IEC. And then she is my Archbishop at church. So why she's influential, why I speak about her, you know, going to the church and meeting her and working with her closely, I've seen, like, you know, I admire how she does everything. She does everything like fully 100% and beyond, everywhere. Professionally, she professionally, she's a mover, she's a shaker, you know, and as a woman, she's not scared of anything. She's not scared of any platform, and she influences my life because I'm in the space as well, because I admire that, and I'm able to actually now go into rooms with the same conviction, you know. And I love it when she said I'm her child, because we are similar. So that is another like a compliment, because I also do a lot with all my heart. So I think that's the third person that is influential and that is currently really impacting my life, and she can push me so much when she wants stuff, and I'm growing to do things at church that I never thought I would do, you know, like running production at church, the social media page, you know, when other things you do them for yourself and you need to do them for the organization. So she would ask me for things and all that, so I have to, you know, think creatively. I even design when I've never used to be a designer. You know, I'm used to getting a agency, we need a poster, agency, we need this, but now I'm able to do stuff myself. So definitely impacting my life. So that would be the three, you know. Most of my friends do, my kids do, my partner does, you know. I'm influenced by a lot of people, you know. I think I always choose people in my life because they have a certain impact in my life. If you are not in my life and you are not close to me and you have no dealings with me, it means you have no impact in my life. So outside of my family, everybody else that is part of my life, it's because they have a certain impact in my life. And then within my family, I think we share the same space. I look at those things that impact me, you know, like I said, my kids, definitely. My mom, wow. You know, financial guru of note. Financial guru of note, a billionaire or billionaire in the making. Really influenced me so much. So yeah.
Okay, next question.
Yep.
How does your morning routine look like? That's an interesting one. I want to hear this one. Yeah, this one I want to hear.
This one.
This one. How's the morning routine look like?
Oh, you know, this is where I wish I would say, you know, the Real Housewife of Albertine. I wish I had a routine. The honest truth, I don't have. I normally wake up around 6 because of girls when they're going to school, they are up and down and all that. They wake me up. But I don't get out of bed, so I'm up around 6, and then most of the time I would then maybe start checking my phone. I check who needs me, who wants what, who did I respond to from last night, or who needed what. Number one, I check my phone. If there's nothing, I switch off again and I relax. In that relaxation, I plan my day. I try to remember. I always check my calendar a day before, so that I know what do I have in the next day. So I go back to thinking, okay, what is my day like? What is it looking like? What do I need to do? Where should I need to go? Or I'm working fully from home and all that. So I do that, and then I get out of bed around 7, take a shower easily, and then I play music. I start playing music in the morning. Then I start my day. Work, I start working at 8, 8:15. Switch on my laptop, settle down, and then I do breakfast after 10. I can't eat before 8. Then I plan my first, like after I've checked emails, and then I have breakfast around 10. Now that we're working from home, really, my routine is bad. It's just, I wake up at home and be at work at home. And have breakfast at home. There is no canteen, and everything I do it at home, so there is no much routine. Winter, I used to wake up, and then we had 2 friends of mine who around Albertine, we would walk, go to Ridley and walk, but I think after winter just got lazy, but I need to start that. But that's one of the things that I do. Walk, wake up, go for a walk when the kids go to school, then I go for a walk and then come back and start my day. 7 bath, and then start work at 8. So I think I need to start doing something about that routine. I just look at successful people, what do they do in the morning? So yeah, next time when we reach, keep that question for future. Okay, I think I'll have a different, I'll be doing your yogas. Are you still with me here?
Definitely.
I'm looking at this question.
Okay.
So the next question is,
What's your worst high school experience?
My worst
high school experience. The
Yo.
teacher beat you down, or you came late, detention? Which
Yo.
one is this one?
I think my worst high school experience or experiences is also being misunderstood. When you're too friendly and then everybody, like, I'm definitely, okay, KZN, it's easy to remember those high school than previously. I've gone to too many high schools, so I don't even know which one is what. But the last one, which is again Olundi, I was really misunderstood. And I think I'm feeling the emotion again. One, I'm free-spirited, and I had friends, as in males and females, and in that school there was that division between males must be this side. I didn't even understand it because mina ngikulela bafana and all that. So because I was very friendly, and I was misunderstood for somebody othanda bafana, somebody who, or like I would put it bluntly, I don't know whether we're gonna have a beep and all that, but and that for me was painful, because most guys would want to be friends with me because they were hoping or thinking that I am loose, which I wasn't, and that brought a lot of many attempted rapes, many attempted friends where you get closer to somebody and at the end of the day they'd want, and the biggest one was my boyfriend then, my first boyfriend then, who we have never had a sexual encounter, but started wanting to embarrass me when we sihlukana and all that, and wanting to tell everybody that he slept with me, and when it didn't happen. I think that for me was the worst of them all, and you know, when you can't even defend yourself, because he was also like known popular just like I was, so it was easy. It was easy for everybody to believe him over me, you know. And there was a lot of that, you know, where people think possibly I slept with the whole school, but actually I'm here now, and I've outgrown all those things. But I think that was my worst was that, which is something that I still struggle with, where when you're too friendly and then people start thinking you are loose, not just friendly, when people will always think, because you smile a lot when you tell them your right name and all that, they almost think like you want them. I still struggle with that boundary. I am generally a free person. I am a hugger, you know. I don't have like a close personal boundary, but I'm free like that, you know. But I'm learning. I wish I can learn that. Thank God we work from home now. Most of the time I don't go out as much, so I don't experience those things as much as I used to, I think, in my school life and adult life. So yeah.
So tell us your traveling destination. Where would you love to go? With yourself or your family?
I don't have a specific one, but I would like to travel the world. And there's a place that I know the name but I've never been. My aunt used to talk about that place. Or actually, she sent a very nice comment to go Facebook to say the type of person that I am, that she appreciates the type of person that I am. And thank you, Nani, for that when I asked for question. She used to say she wants to go to Honolulu. And I just liked that area, that place Honolulu, you know, where the bird sings, but your Miami's, your Jamaica, I think that would be maybe my favorite destination. But I would like to travel the world. Yes, I don't have like a specific, if I can go there, then that would be like bucket list. I don't have a travel destination bucket list. But definitely, I would still love to travel the world. I've been to China, it was beautiful, it was nice. I've been to most of African countries. So yeah, but I think maybe if I were to go like vacation or eat, pray, love, definitely I think I would go Miami way. Or the other movie, How Stella Got Her Groove Back. So maybe that kind of destination, I don't know. But the world is waiting for me, yes. And then somebody else on Facebook asked my worst fear, which is Mpumi. Thank you, Mpumi, for that question. And I pondered on that. My worst fear, actually, I think, is to depart this life without actually living my purpose. Whether I know my purpose or I don't know, but I think my worst fear would be to depart on earth and not leaving any legacy and not have lived fully, you know. And I look up to myself, I compete with myself, and I feel like there's a lot more that I can give. So I don't have fears like financial fears, or if I can lose my house or a car or lose my kids and all that. Life is life. The normal things that can happen to anybody, I think I'm not scared, or I don't have that fear. But I think the biggest fear is not living a legacy, and definitely not living a purposeful life. You know, come here, live, and what would people say about you? She came, she was born, she lived and died. I think that would be my fear. But because we are here, Conversations with the Pomzele, I hope this is one of the purposeful living, where I'm doing something for me that has nothing to do with ticking the box, go to school, study, have a profession, get married and all that. This is me living my best life and doing my best life out there. Yeah. So yes, I think those are all the questions. So 200 plus, actually now that's what I'm saying, plus, so we are above 200, so with the plus 2 or 3 I think. So please continue to subscribe to the channel Conversations with the Phumzile, the girl next door, and help us go to 500 by end of the year. So we will be checking the subscriptions and the views are over, I think 1,007 if I've calculated correctly. The views are a lot, are over 1,000. So please subscribe, don't just view the videos only, you know, subscribe, ting, and then there's that notification button. Please click it so that you get to be notified when the next video is coming out. So yes, to her